Steph, what do you think of the contributions you get off the bench tonight from Gary, Otto, D-Lee, among others?
It's huge. We knew coming in there would be great additions off the bench and play a lot of different roles and help us win games. When, throughout the regular season, you have to have, especially the way that we play, you have to have contributions from everybody and just getting comfortable with, what it looks like, how it feels, not getting too stuck on the stat sheet, just in the results. And, obviously off to a good start, but I think there's confidence building. Our chemistry is solid. Everybody knows they're going to be involved, but the confidence when you get out there knowing what to do, how to do it, make plays, it's growing.
So following up on that, are you surprised how quickly with everything coming together and the confidence growing the way it has?
No, because there's still a lot of room for improvement. I mean, again, you want to win games early, you want to get off to a good start, but it's we know we have a lot of things that we can sharpen up, like every team in the league, but we have the capability to do it. Most teams kind of trick yourself a little bit. I really feel like we have that capability to take, productive strides every game. Hopefully, continue to win, continue to be competitive. And, we won 3 different games, 3 different ways. And but it's still about building confidence, early in the year.
What would Gary give you as a guy you kind of just drop in a game like that?
I mean, he shows his knack for just being, hawking the ball, obviously defensively, but, offensively just cutting and being in the right spot. I got him 2 throw ahead, borderline back cuts. Just in transition, he has a crazy wingspan. He can go get it. Obviously, the transition, alley-oop. But defensively, he gives us, an edge. And then he knocked down 2 threes, which is huge. He's going to get open shots, and you have to take them. So, for him to just stay locked in, stay competitive, stay focused on when his moment comes, he showed he could do it.
It was obviously a topic in the preseason, but what he did tonight show the value of having somebody in that 15th spot.
1,000%.
Steph, there's only 3 games in, but do you think you guys have kind of figured out an identity yet, or what you guys really have to hang your hats on to win games and be successful this season?
I mean, it's always been the same since Coach Kerr got here, since we, came into this chapter of Warriors basketball. But, I think similar to the earlier question, it's just, guys in rotation just gaining confidence. I always say it's nice to learn the lessons we need to learn in wins and keep things moving in the right direction, because it just helps morale. One, it's not going to be perfect all year, but just continues to help morale and understand that, again, we have the capability to go, win games at a high level against any team.
First time you faced Davion Mitchell, he's kind of entered the league with a defensive reputation. What do you think of that man?
I think all that hype about his defense, the man was an offensive assassin tonight. So I'm sure he had that in the tank. But, he has, again, a knack for just on-ball presence. And obviously the way that we play, you got to do both. So I'm sure he felt a little bit of that. But, just the confidence of a guy coming in, it's his 3rd game in the league. Like, he has a lot of room to grow, but you could definitely tell he has all the tools in the kit to be a defensive, stopper. Just a pest out there in the best of ways.
The record definitely shows it, but when Draymond is aggressive, like he has been this year, what does that do for you guys?
I mean, it just keeps things moving in terms of on both ends of the floor. We obviously know he can impact the game on the defensive end. I told him in the second quarter, I think there was a moment, it was kind of a broken play, and ball kicked to him on the left side of the floor. And his instinct was to look at the rim and attack, and that just made everybody react. And then he found Belly on a backdoor cut. And those opportunities are huge because he made it, 3 early in the game. no hesitation shooting it. That play where there's no hesitation to make a play. It just keeps everybody honest. And, when you have the floor space like that, the ball finds him at the right time, he usually makes the right decision. And it's almost demoralizing for the team because you got to give up something. And, he'll make you pay.
Do you feel like you guys are early this season are playing, even coaching, game planning with more urgency, just as a whole?
Not any different than any other year. It's just you start off the year more so building on what you've done successfully as opposed to having to go back to the drawing board after every loss, especially how we started last year. Against Brooklyn, Milwaukee, 2 tough games, and we got blown out, and then you're like, what do we do now? So this is obviously a better vibe of, again, we know we have a lot of work to do. We know it's not, 10 out of 10 on execution on both sides, but we're doing enough to win games and continue to build, and that's a much better foundation to build on than last year.
I'd ask you a different way. Do you agree with Steve that you guys are chasing wins?
Chasing 82-0, right? Yeah, that comment's gonna haunt him for a long time.
Steph, on the alley-oop with Gary as the first one, seemed like you kind of waited for him. Can you take us through kind of what you were thinking in slow motion on that particular play and the timing that you have?
It's just making sure the defender commits to you and then just throw it anywhere near the rim. Kind of got to be patient. We do that drill all the time in practice, 3-on-2, 2-on-1 on the way back, and you just have to get to a situation where, the defender commits one way or the other. Whether I got a layup or GP's got a either drop down pass or alley-oop dunk. So it's a subtle thing, but he was like one step ahead of me. So the thing is, Davion, he couldn't play both of us.
Family has ratchets. Nobody know what that is. Those are layups around the three-point line. But I'm happy for Steph Curry. He's been doing a great job the last few years in the league, so he deserves all the love and the respect.
Yeah, and just steady progress. He was in Portland. I thought he played great in those playoff series. I think Dallas still misses him. He's found a home in Philadelphia. And as Darrell said, are you really surprised when you see the Curry's lighting it up? We saw pregame that he came in shooting 76% from the field, all jump shots.
Right. So that's a good preview for OKC. If they're going to let Steph Curry go off, what do you think Steph's thinking? He's got to outdo little bro Tuesday night when the Warriors travel to Oklahoma City. Let's talk about GP2, though, because he had to battle for that 15th roster spot with Avery Bradley and Michael Mulder, and GP2 got waived, got brought back. And you see that it's paying early dividends here. 17 minutes tonight, 10 points, 2 threes, and his end-of-quarter defense has been really good so far. GP2 with a nice night.
Man, this time is his moment, man. He's been through it all. He's took the hard route to get to where he is, and it's refreshing to see this, him getting this opportunity. Me being able to play with GP, a few years in my career and seeing Lil G around, and then to see him out there on the NBA court is crazy to me.
So happy for Gary Payton, too. He's earned it. He's an NBA player. He's an elite defender. He takes on that one-on-one challenge against the best perimeter player on the opposing team, and he understands his role. He accepts it. He said whether it be 3 seconds or, like you said, he played 17 minutes tonight, moving without the basketball, knocking down open threes. So happy for him. And I'll tell you what, I think the Warriors got really lucky that when they waived him, no one picked him up. He was able to come back. So I think it's a perfect fit for Gary Payton, too, and for the Warriors.
So his father's name was the Glove, right? That was his nickname, the Glove, because he locked you up. We calling GP2 the Mitten? Or does he have to work for that nickname?
He got a little
work to do?
A little more work. A little more work. He's on his way.
No, he's a legit defender right now.
He's elite for sure.
I would say maybe his teammates will nickname him.
Yeah.
He'll okay it. But I did like the post-game interview with Fitz and Buki. Well, they talked about his vertical, his athletic ability to go catch lobs, that it wasn't the glove.
That wasn't his game.
He said, thanks, Mom. That was all Mom.